Gorecast is brought to you by American Horrors, the greatest uncut horror channel in the world. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all horror. As well as the station of decapitation without your head.
America's longest running horror channel, www.withoutyourhead.com.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
What's up, Gorecasters, and welcome back here to the Gorecast with me, Johnny Deadly, and my homeboy from across the city, the Giz. Up the road,
yeah,
round the corner,
up the road, kind of.
To the left,
Ish.
cross the field,
Actually,
cross the field, take a left.
To be
at the
fair,
cow.
it's pretty much it's.
That's the one.
I was going to say, to be fair, it's more or less a straight shot from my place to your house.
Yeah.
You know, it's. I have to turn really around the corner. Anyway, yeah.
What's up? It's
welcome to
Sunday,
the show.
people, and we're here with a whole lot of horror. It's not out yet, or soon to be out. So keep your eyes peeled, because people are stuck at home bored, and we're bringing you some fucking goddamn cinematic relief for very affordable prices.
Yep. Pretty much. We were also bringing you some very interesting stories in regards to some upcoming awesome that's going to be happening, such as Seth Rogen and Sony are turning the Monster Killer podcast Bubble into an animated film. Bubble was created by Jordan Morris and came out back in 2018. It's a 10-episode podcast series. It's centered around a bunch of monster killers. Variety reports that the project is hailing from Sony Pictures and Point Grey Picture Productions, with Seth Rogen, Evan Goldberg, and Matt Tolmach being the producers for it. Jordan Morris, who was the guy that created it, is actually going to be adapting the screenplay for it. So the 10-episode scripted comedy series hails from Maximum Fun, centered around an unlikely group of monster killers brought together by an Uber-like app called Hunter that struggled to make ends meet and find love in nightmarish version of the gig economy. So I expect this is going to be basically off-the-wall madcap humor. I think, Maximum Fun and Jordan Morris are down attached as co-executive producers. So I'd imagine it's going to be a fairly accurate rendition of the podcast that came out. So yeah, not sure when it's going to be coming out, but the fact that it's animated, I saw one or two stories regarding animated projects, and they're kind of easier to do at the moment in regards like
that's because people can
quarantine and stuff like that. They're pretty much, yeah. Which I suppose, I wonder, does that mean, sorry, brain went into overdrive there in regards to stuff that we could be seeing in the not too distant future. But so Bubble, not sure when it's coming out, but it's being made, so
Roddy and Pam in the chat.
Fun.
Hello. I'm still sharing stuff. We'll just crack this little fucker in here. Boing. Did I already share this? Obviously didn't. No, ignore me. Sorry. I was having a bit of a technical conundrum. Not bad technical. Ignore me. Move on.
Okay. Something that I think could be really, really cool. Apparently, James Wan is producing a sci-fi time travel movie along with
once I
John
heard
Wick writer.
John Wick writer, I was like, well, James Wan and a John Wick writer. Sorry. Jesus, that's a sentence that'll bring out your inner Jonathan Ross fairly lively. James Wan and the John Wick writer. There we go. My R's are back. Once I heard that combo, I was like, that could be a fuckload of fun.
I'll be honest, it's the premise of the film that's really got me. So yeah, like I said, it's John Wick writer Derek Kolstad, and basically what they're going to be what they're doing is they're actually adapting an old 1950s sci-fi story by Frank M. Robinson. This thing was first
Astounding Fiction magazine. Yeah,
Astounding Science Fiction magazine. So very close.
Close, but no cigar.
But yeah. Oh man, this story. Okay, so you know how I love a good manhunt movie and a good manhunt story.
Well, you could really just take the word movie and story out of that, and it's still an applicable sentence.
Yes, but we don't. Shh. Anyway, so basically, in hunting season, which is the Frank M. Robinson story, it's set in the future, and the idea is that when criminals are executed, the method at the method for executing people in the future is to jackboot them into the past and then send a bunch of mad bastards after them to hunt them down. So I've got this mad vision. You know that one good scene in Time Cop at the start where like the boys come along and ambush the Confederates with like fucking.
I do.
Yeah. That one good scene at the start when the lads arrive on and ambush the gold convoy with automatic weapons in Civil War era times.
I just need to check some audio thing here, and I'll be with you in 2 seconds. Keep talking.
Yeah, no worries. Anyway, for me, I'm just getting visions of stuff like that, or even more like it. I haven't read the story, so with the notion of it being time travel, it's up in the air as to what kind of where we're going to end up having people thrown and what kind of weapons, whether or not people are going to be able to bring back future tech to hunt them down, or whether they're going to be using.
I'll tell you straight out,
of the realm, so to speak, and
they can bring back the future tech because that's always a buttload of fun.
Maybe. I kind of like the idea. Well, yeah, because the criminal who they're after would have to use whatever is available at the time. So
I think it's only fair.
Yeah. So hunting season is going to follow a law officer from the future who's declared an enemy of the state and sentenced to be executed by the society's method of choice, which, as we said, is getting jackbooted into the past. The man has 3 days to acclimate to our time and find a way to survive.
This story sounds very familiar.
Well, I'd imagine, because what happens, you know yourself, if the story is old enough, then people are going to adapt it or take notions from it. This is a 1950s story, so
Time Cop as well?
Once again, Time Cop.
Get jackbooted into the past as punishment. Yeah, okay, cool.
Well, it wasn't as punishment. They were doing other. I can't remember why they had time travel, but unauthorized time travel was the reason that Van Damme went after you. But so. Like I said, I'm not sure when that one's being done, but currently in the adaptation process.
If I'd known we were going to have the Van Damme references on, I probably would have queued up a bit of the old Van Damme short film we did. That time that we did a movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme. Wink, wink. That time I avenged the shit out of you. I bloody well did. There was a grenade throw. There was a dive from the smoke. There was even a fucking Van Damme. You know, goddamn gold. Actually, seeing as people are watching it on YouTube now and it's not as much of an inconvenience, once you're finished the stream, by all means type in Urge to Purge Part 1 and you can see Giz die and come back as a ghost. And me beat the bejesus out of Jean-Claude Van Damme with machine guns and grenades, not a physical confrontation, because I don't know if that'd go well. Anyway, I don't know if it'd go badly either.
On from stuff that's still in development in regards to movies, and on to something that's coming out soon and looks like it's going to be fun.
All the extra watchers, if you want to shout out, make sure to drop a hello in the chat, because I don't know who's in there. Unless I have a comment. I'm talking to people in the audience, not you. Although you can drop a comment as well if you want, feel free.
So, no, I can't. I'm working off the laptop. We're lucky I'm able to read stories.
I'm assuming that's Katie McNeil. KT McCain. Didn't she have a different name last week?
Oh, hello.
Okay.
She might have changed it so we knew who she was.
That's a series of letters to just get your whole name across. That's good. She has headphones. She has a cornetto, and she has a hello. And Pam said hello, which we already said hello to, and we said hello to Roddy, and he said quantum chopping, which is why I turned off my audio for a while and went and checked, because I thought he was talking about our stream, but it must have been the James Waniness. Okay. Anyway, continuing on. Jordan Peele's doing some mad shite.
Yeah, coming out in August, HBO is going to be giving us a series called Lovecraft Country, which is set to basically be a blend of racial tension with actual goddamn H.P. Lovecraft monsters coming out of the dark and eating people.
Complaining about this online, that they're like, "Oh, this is just going to be another one of those underlying message movies," and it was like,
Have you read
that was the first
Lovecraft?
thing I said. I was like, have you read any Lovecraft? Like, I know it's all monsters and beasties, but there's usually a heavy underlying message to the most of the stories. And are you aware of what a Jordan Peele is? Like, that's what Jordan Peele does. He does really fucking good, on point social commentary horror that's got a little underlying message, but by God, has it got some scares and some mad shit to keep you entertained in the meantime.
Now, bear in mind, this isn't actually like based on any actual work of Lovecraft. More, it's inspired by the works of Lovecraft, which, to be perfectly honest, is ideal. And like it's like people complaining because somebody decided to use a zombie movie to put across some social commentary.
Yeah. Yeah. But 100%.
Which is basically what Romero. I mean,
Have you seen Night of the Living Dead?
Down to brass tacks on this.
Like, do you know?
Or anything that Romero's done.
Do you think that scene where your man dies at the end of it was just like a kind of a, sure, he's black and we'll just blow his brains out, because that's what we do. There was a very, very on-the-nose social commentary reason why all of that happened. As well as a load of fucking cool zombies.
Anyway, getting back to the series that's coming out.
I want it.
The series is based on the Matt Ruff 2016 novel of the same name. It's going to be coming out in August. And it follows Atticus Freeman as he joins up with his friend Letita and his uncle George to embark on a road trip across 1950s Jim Crow
Letita.
America in search of his missing father. So basically, what you have is the three of them going cross country, having to put up with the fact that 1950s America is racist as fuck, having to figure out what exactly happened to Atticus's father, because he's left with a note and it's very mysterious, and then apparently having to put up with the fact that monsters are real, and by the gods they eat people in the dark.
There we go. I got sharing and I got chatting, and then there was loads of stuff in the chat and I lost track. It'll be fine. All good in the hood.
Okay then. Okay. There is a trailer up for Lovecraft Country. Are we playing it? Is it able to play?
Just put the image in. Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't want to run the trailer Country, if you want to check it out. I feel that's probably a series you and I are going to end up knocking around on this, so I might save the trailer for that.
Yeah, well, for those that want to check it out, or for those that are interested, the trailer does do a fantastic job of giving you a feel for the show itself in regards to the time period, the troubles that they're going to be dealing with, the tension that's going to be there, and the fact that there are great big goddamn monsters that come out of the dark to eat people.
They don't fuck around in the old Lovecraftian world.
Fuck. Jeez.
Like at a minimum.
Yeah, that was
if you're lucky, you're dealing with something Shaquille O'Neal height, but by God, is it much wider and terrifying. If you're lucky, maybe. Bear in mind, he's like 7 foot something.
I saw teeth, I saw legs, I saw a bounding body, and I saw people disappear. It was cool. It was cool. So yeah, this is going to be coming to us from Misha Green, Jordan Peele, and J.J. Abrams.
Fantastic.
Yay!
Fan-fucking-tastish. That's all I can say. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. 2 at 2. So, that's all the newsy bits, to the best of my knowledge. Isn't it? We had 3. Okay, so we got a whole buttload of very good and respectable screeners. I'm saying respectable for one of them because I really enjoyed the movie we won't get into it super now because that's the middle movie. We're going to start with Cry for the Bad Man. But there was one movie that I really, really, I was proper into it, and then the ending. I'm not going to get into what the ending did to me exactly, but I had fucking PTSD flashbacks to the end of The Sopranos, where I also had the exact same fucking shit, where it was a fucking dream sequence, and I lost my fucking shit. Yeah. 8
the J
seasons,
artist,
you assholes, and I get a goddamn fade to black dream sequence ending. Oh, you son of a bitches. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yes.
On to Cry for the Bad Man.
Sorry. I don't know why I'm predisposed to just not like dream sequence. endings. No, I don't mind dream sequences in general. It's when you replace the ending with one is where I kind of lose my head. Unless it's some sort of super applicable dream sequence. Anyway, we're on the wrong movie. Moving back to this.
In Cry for a Dead Man, Marcia Kane, as played by Camille Keaton,
the original
is
1974. I Spit in Your Grave. 79. I can't remember. It's 70 something. 100%.
70s.
Yeah, she's the main lady from the original I Spit in Your Grave. Which is good because this really kind of fits the role, shall we say?
Yeah, in this, Marcia Kane is a
homeowner, loving mother.
Sorry, Marcia Kane is a widower. Hang on,
she's a homeowner, a loving mother,
there we go.
And a widower, and she's got some very, very angry young gentlemen who are showing up due to some bullshit kind of law that they're pretty sure that somehow because of some lines and some other people years ago, and because it's the South and all of these kind of things, I technically own your house. And she's like, no. And they're like,
fuck off.
We're going to come back. And then she's like, have you seen I Spit in Your Grave? Are you aware how these things go? Evidently, they had not. Any Bruce Willis movie.
Or any Bruce Willis
movie in general. Actually, no, she, before we get fully into the plot and things like that, she shows an ungodful amount of ingenuity and cop-oddedness that is usually absent in a lot of these movies. This girl is like Mommy Rambo. Mambo. No, that's not. Yeah, fuck it. I'm sticking with it. It's there. Mambo. She's like Mambo. The lady doesn't fuck around, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it's actually kind of cool because I'll be honest. Basically, what happens in the film is Marcia is approached by the McMahon boys, whose outfella is apparently just like fucking 2 steps shy of being proper, like skin you, kill you, and
well, we don't even know if he's actually
order.
2 steps shy of it. He's just yet to be detained and or arrested for it.
Very true. And they've decided, they've gotten it into their heads that they're going to force Marcia into signing this contract, which would have her selling her home. Now, Wayne, the eldest of the brother, is insistent that he is, he ain't bluffing about doing what needs to be done. Whereas Derek and Billy, his younger brothers, are a little bit more shy about it, especially Derek, because Derek's like, you're not serious about actually hurting her.
The minute that line came out of his mouth, I was like, well, he's going to be trouble in relation to the story. I'm also actually in touching on an episode that we did a couple of weeks ago, which wasn't horror, although depending on what way you view it, it kind of was horror. Did you notice how she bared an uncanny resemblance to Carol Baskin?
I'm not going to lie. Because of the way this film started, because of the start of the entire thing, and then you see the lions on the fucking hanging on the back in the background.
I won't lie to you. My only gripe with this movie was no one got fed to a fucking tiger. That was about the only issue I had.
That's only because she didn't have one. She bloody well would have used one if she did have one, though.
Sorry, Tourette's.
She was, however, rather proficient with a shotgun.
Really, if you put anything in her hand, she'll get it in you or through you, or at least fuck you up in your general vicinity. Completely.
Yeah, there was, and plus there was some really good one-liners too. I mean, at first, when you're watching the film, I'll be honest, I was waiting for certain things to happen. They didn't happen, and then the reason they didn't happen is because she was waiting to do them later on. At a much more
Why didn't you do that? You're such
time.
you waited till it really fucked them up. Sorry, never mind. I retract my statement. Go on, Carol. Well done.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry, Marcia.
Now, what's interesting about this film is that the entire town seems to be against Miss Kane because for one reason or another, they all have it in their heads that just because she doesn't go to church and just because she doesn't, lick everybody's arsehole and fucking do whatever the fuck small time hicks are supposed to fucking do. She's the devil woman. She's the devil woman. So unfortunately nobody's going to come to her help, and the local deputy is married into the McMahons. So,
A revelation.
I just realized that. No, it's not McMahon, because that would have been weird. McMahon. McMahon? No, because it's MacMohan. McMahon? Moan? I don't know.
I'm trying to find the name here. I'm going to need it.
Anyway, the deputy's married into the family, so he's fucking corrupt as shit, and he ain't going to do squat, except apparently attempt to have her arrested for giving a false report, despite the fact that there's a knife in her fucking door.
Sure, you know the way how these things go. You know, it's very windy down the south, and you get the wrong gust of wind, and if you don't have your Bowie knife strapped to your hip, it can just fly clean out of the sheath and just embed itself in a wall with a contract that probably
excuse has never worked for me.
The contract that was just also had nothing to do with me, contrary to the fact that my name was on it. It just wind. You know, weather, Judge. You know how the weather goes. Those crazy weather. Yep, that one.
That one. Cry for a Dead Man is nice and fast paced. Part of the reason for that is that it's not overly long either. No, it's about an hour and 15, I think. So
dude, and this is in credit to the movie, like that, as in like the time flew by, and I just put it down to enjoyable movie because it didn't feel like it was short. Like I got a full story. It's just that it was fucking kicking ass from because I mean that knife is embedded in the. Oh God, excuse me. That knife was embedded in the door within 5 minutes. Do you know what I mean?
And I like the soundtrack too. Proper chunky riffs and fucking kind of
yeah. Oh, that soundtrack's
stoner
a
metal
thing of majesticness. It's great.
Yeah. Overall, Cry for a Dead Man is fun. It's enjoyable. It's nice and fast paced. You have a heroine that teaches people why they should pay attention to Clint Eastwood movies more often. Because
sometimes when a bunch of assholes show up talking is not how you solve the situation. Try shooting one of their hands off. That's how you do it.
No.
That was great, wasn't it?
That was great. Oh my God. And fair dues to, hang on a second, what's his name? Eric Dooley, who played Derek. I wasn't sure about him at first, but once things got hectic, he kicks into
badass mode. I have to say, the head brother really worked for me. I was like, he just has that look of, he just has that natural look of, you play bad guys in movies. Do you know what I mean? He had that kind of head in him, where it's just like, you play bad guys. Anyway, that's pretty, because none of these are properly out. These are very rough skeleton storylines and more of our opinions than a full kind of in-depth review, because we want you to go see them because they're all quite good. This one is out May 5th, so anyone bored on Tuesday after you watch Buzz and Carter do you all right? Oh, okay. Anyone bored on Tuesday? Today's the 3rd.
May 5th wasn't.
Yeah, today's the 3rd, so tomorrow's the 4th, Tuesday's the 5th. So anyone who's bored on Tuesday after watching Carter and Buzz do their original versus remake episode of The Hills Have Eyes, if you're looking to kill an hour 20, go download. I think you can get it from Uncork'd Entertainment. I'm pretty sure it's on Amazon and all that kind of thing as well. Oh, let me double check. Actually, you probably have it. You can get it from Uncork'd Entertainment on digital download from the 5th. So uncorkedents.com. Go get it. You'll have a very entertaining hour 20 minutes. Will you kick into a trailer and we'll come back?
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't sure if we had trailers, but yeah.
Bar the Jordan Peele thing because it was a news bit. All right. So anyway, myself and Giz will be back after a quick smoke break / trailer time, where you get to see what you get to hear what you've been seeing floating behind us for the last couple of minutes. We'll catch you in a few.
Evening, Miss Skane.
Ain't got nothing to say to you boys.
Oh, that's good, because we got a lot to say to you. There's a contract. My brothers will be back tomorrow night to collect it. Signed.
This ain't right. The deputies see this.
Word around town is that Bill Sr. done made an offer on this place. Take it.
You're protecting them.
We're not planning on hurting this woman, right?
What hand are you gonna play when that woman calls your bluff?
Ain't nobody gonna get hurt. as long as there's a signed contract when we show up.
Witch, we're coming for you.
And we're back. So that was the trailer for Cry for the Bad Man, Cry for the Bad Man. As I said, available from Tuesday. Go get it if you get a chance. Really worth a watch. Uncork'd Entertainment. Just look it up on Google, or I'm pretty sure it's Uncork'd. Pretty sure it's uncorkedent.com or uncorkedentertainment.com. I can't remember off the top of my head. All of their social media is Uncork'd Ent for, well, you know, ENTS for entertainments. I just can't remember if the website is Ents or the full word off the top of my head. So go check that out. Right, next up we have the movie that I was semi-ranting about at the start. As I said, I genuinely really liked this up until the dream sequence ending, because I think they had quite a solid ending there that I can't get into because it ruins the whole premise of the movie. But the final bit where it looks like that's the end of the movie, I think that should have been the end of the movie.
Okay, just to briefly cover, right? In A Nun's Cry, Gabby, her boyfriend Anthony, her younger sister Ashley Kay, and Ashley Kay's friend. What's the name of the friend again?
God, I'm blanking. Thank you,
Michael. There we go. They are going up to a cabin that's owned by Gabby and Ashley Kay's parents, but the provision is that Ashley Kay comes along. Ashley Kay has this fixation with nuns, haunted nun story, particularly that her father used to tell her about a Sister Monday. So Ashley Kay is taking photographs of all these different places, and over the course of events, they end up going to the prison where
by,
Sister Monday
Scream Queen
supposedly
Felissa
worked,
Rose.
and apparently
from Sleepaway Camp and Jesus Christ, Sleepaway Camp. Not Silent Night, Deadly Night. Jesus Christ, what's the one in the Black Christmas? And she's in a load of other stuff. She's in a load of the good old stocky stuff from the 80s.
Anyway, back in the day, apparently Sister Monday is suspected of having whacked a bunch of the prisoners. So there's a nice little ghost story surrounding the place, and the prison is supposed to be haunted by her spirit. Over the course of the film, as Ashley Kay and the others explore the prison, we get glimpses of a ghostly apparition floating around, including Ashley Kay getting visions of what Sister Monday would have done.
Interactions between her and the delightful inhabitants of the facility she works in.
Of the prison. Yeah, as well as Ashley Kay also kind of remembering details about when her father used to tell her stories and about the nun herself, and how her own imagination would play a part in bringing these stories to life and fixating it in her mind, and how she'd end up doing her college thesis and all the rest. So yeah, once again, we have another fast-paced, fairly short-ish movie. I think it's like an hour and 20 minutes again.
Shortish
or less, hour and 15, hour and 20. Yeah, but most of the time you're looking at an hour and a half, 2 hours.
That came in. I'm going to blame Lord of the Rings. Oh yeah, I know, but it was I noticed after Lord of the Rings that there was a serious upsurgence in movies nearly hitting the 2 hour mark.
Kind of depends. You always had long movies depending on the subject matter and studios. There we go. I lost the word. What studios thought would give it more grandeur by having it a longer story. You know, especially when it comes to kind of like classic tales, things like that. But anyway, like I was saying, A Nun's Curse is like an hour and 15, an hour and 20, and it is fairly fast paced. They get to the prison fairly quickly. You start getting the glimpses, the backstory, and you start getting the visions of
Who looks
Sister Monday herself.
By the way.
Yeah, and over the course of the film, then you get the usual bits whereby stuff starts to happening, and you start to wondering what the frack is going on. And we're not going to get more into the story
as
than
you
that
can expect. It's not all just flashbacks. People start getting knocked off and that kind of thing.
Yeah. This film has a lot of really nice touches. I like
it's what bugged me about the ending because the psychological aspect was so well rounded off to what I thought was the ending, and then I got the reason I'm mentioning the flashback not the flashback ending, the dream sequence ending is once you see the dream sequence ending start, it literally has no bearing or addition to the story. So do yourself a favor, make it an hour 15, and just knock off the dream sequence bit and finish there. I just think it was I can't get into what happens, people, because this is out on the 12th, I think, so you just got to wait a week and you can see what I'm on about. But it just, I felt it was a real solid ending. I don't know why they decided to kind of pull away from it and go with the kind of riding off into the sunset kind of vibe.
Perhaps because to be fair, right, this has happened, right? I've seen this happen on occasion in the past. Since we got the screener copy, it is entirely possible that we got a different ending.
Quite feasible. Sometimes that's true. Sometimes when we get the screeners, there's additions or subtractions to the end product that goes up.
Yeah, most notably for me, Starship Troopers 2, where the ending was ruined by not having it being what it was in the screener version, because the screener version was awesome, and then the version that actually came out just was a pansy kind of.
That tied everything together.
The one really good line at the end, maybe I'll just kill them all.
We can't end on a super badass line like that.
Heroes don't. Maybe heroes don't go home. What the?
Maybe you don't go home, you fucking asshole. Shut up.
The whole point is that it's the very start of it. The whole point is that he was the one at the very start that went, you can't kill them all. You never kill them all.
Like, no, I'm going to kill them all.
Frank's sake.
Yeah, insert super badass.
Yeah, something like that.
He was so close. So close to being in the lexicon of fucking legends, and then some asshole just fucking pisses on his parade and credits. Sorry. To fucking tell me about
it. Made a couple of other changes as well. It's one of those rare occasions where I wish I could track down the screener copy instead of the original. Or the...
No. Okay.
No. Anyway,
cool. We can
trailer for Nun's
Curse, and myself and Gaze will be back to chat some bollocks, and we'll get into the last movie, and we have some Gorecast related news and all of that kind of thing. So we'll see you in a couple of minutes.
I would see Sister Monday everywhere I looked. I would see her standing in the dark corners of my room. I would swear she was inside watching me sleep.
We're here. Hurry up and take your pictures so we can go.
There it is.
So what's the story about this place?
This is Old Horse Creek Church. It used to be a convent. There was one nun, Sister Monday. She was suspected of killing prisoners in the jail.
May God have mercy on your soul!
What happened to her?
Vanished without a trace. Some people think she still wanders these halls.
Sometimes we are more scary than what we fear.
I want your soul.
That was way shorter trailer than I thought it was. Sorry about that. Yeah. So anyway, that's the Nun's Curse. I would totally say go see it. It's really good. Bar the ending, except you can skip the bit of the ending, as I said. I really liked this. Looked like such a professional product. Like I really liked, like everything was soaked in these really kind of dark royal blues and stuff like that, and it really added this kind of nice moody tone to everything. I thought Felissa Rose was great for someone who doesn't really have lines outside of the flashbacks. The practical effects makeup on her once she got done up was top notch. Like I really enjoyed it. Looked good.
Yeah, the interactions with the prisoners and kind of some of the way that went, it was nice and it was creepy and kind of...
Yeah, I was right. That premieres on DVD and digital from Uncork'd Entertainment as well, from May 12th. So if that's something that tickles your fancy, definitely go check it out. Katie McNeil said, burn them all. I don't know what that was. Could be the Nuns. Yeah.
Perhaps the Nuns.
Actually, YouTube stopped the comment, so I had to authorize it through. Good old YouTube. Well, it's nice they're censoring the crowd for once and not us. So she was mad freaky, that nun. Yeah, she was. She was.
I don't know.
At least she didn't turn out to murder someone and just stand there with her dick out though, which was way freakier. Sleepaway Camp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry. I was like,
no, I wasn't
what
reviewing
film were you reviewing movie this week? What?
I was just saying she's from it, and that's, that will be like what she's... Out of all the movies she's been in, that's what she's most associated with, is Angela from Sleepaway Camp. Yeah, well, dude, if you think back to like when that movie came out, like transgender stuff and things like that, and all of those things, just they weren't even like talked about in general, let alone in cinema. Do you know what I mean? So to go down and see what you think is a 14-year-old girl or whatever cuddling her beheaded boyfriend's cranium and then turn around and just big massive dong and the thing, that's the face.
Okay then.
Katie McNeil, I'd be pissed if my name was Sister Monday too. Yeah, that's true. Pam said that she's a mad freaky nun. She's a mad freaky nun. I think she's better than the fucking Nun. The Nun movie. I say the actual Nun movie, but it's not like... Sure.
That was
fucking...
You always know films are bad when they get turned off.
Scary expression, not expecting it. Okay. I'm assuming, Jesus, YouTube are really cracking down on the old live audience today. They blocked that comment as well.
I don't think YouTube realizes what kind of audience we are
not
expecting.
For children, and there is like a literal 35-second warning that this is mature and adult content only. Because we curse extensively. Well, not extensively. I've actually been quite good on the curses this show, I think. Fucking A, bro.
Yeah, fucking
A. Yeah, so anyway, as I said, May 12th. Check that out. Well worth the watch. Just skip the last 5 minutes. In my opinion. Not even last 5 minutes. 2 minutes maybe. 2.5. Something like that. Yeah, it's not a crazy long ending, which is why it bugged me. It was kind of like, I really don't see why this had to be added in.
Yeah, you're kind of like, okay, cool. Wait, what?
I'll tell you once we get off camera. My fiance, which I'm assuming is not because she's my fiance, it's just because she thought it was a good idea. I had like an alternate ending for that, and she was like, "Yeah, that would have been a much better thing." But anyway, next movie up is this has got just a buttload of horror heads in it. We have Evil Little Things, kind of a I'm reluctant to say anthology as such. It's very in keeping with kind of like Creep Show and things like that. Oh yeah, it is an anthology. It's
that's what an anthology is.
If you look at kind of the modern layout for an anthology, it's a really ropey overall storyline that ties all of the other stories together, or they just don't have an overall storyline and it's just an assembly of shorts. The running...
But that's what... I was going to say, but that's what this is. Like, there's one storyline that ties all the
to
others
the words that came
together.
out of my mouth? I said, in modern times, it's been a really ropey, loose storyline that ties everything together. The storyline here was actually quite tightly coherent, I think.
Right. Sorry, I thought you were saying modern times, it's really loose and ropey to use
No, I'm
something
saying modern
like that
times,
and tie it all
most
together.
of the anthologies I've seen have been either the running thread. Yeah, the running thread hasn't really been.
They haven't done a good
like
job.
Say VHS, for instance. As much as I enjoy that movie, the overall, mostly VHS 1, VHS 2 storyline that tied them together was pretty cool. But VHS 1, do you know where it was like the guy and the girl, they break into a house and they find, or no, sorry, it's a bunch of dudes break into a house and they find a load of videotapes and there's a dead body sitting in the armchair. I just found that storyline very just, you know. This was good. So essentially you have a guy that's, there's a boy, and he's got some monsters under his bed. Ho, 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 ho. And the mother says, look, we'll go get you a little stuffed friend who can help protect your bedroom, as mommies are wont to do with the young'uns. So they go to what can only be described as the creepiest toy shop in America. Actually, no, sorry. It's a pretty normal toy shop with a really creepy fucking owner.
He's just a little bit enthusiastic in regards to the toys that he
I was actually
repairs.
discussing this with Pam. It's kind of like, is he a bad guy because he has all of the toys? Like, if I was a librarian and there was like five big stacks of like black magic books, and someone comes in and pulls out some of the black magic and summons the Kraken or some shit like that, am I responsible, or am I merely the keeper of the literature?
Well, to be fair, he didn't recommend
he just
anything
gave
that would have been bad
inherently
for the kid.
scary as fuck stories that go behind said objects and tells them to the child.
I
Yes,
accidentally freak people out all the time. I'm not trying to be a dick. It's just that sometimes I talk about stuff, get excited, and don't realize that I'm freaking the fuck out of other people.
You know. Anyway, so they go to this toy store, and the first toy that we meet is a terrifying porcelain-looking potato kind of leprechaun. Like he's got kind of porcelain-y shine on the face, but the face does look like it was carved straight out of a spud. Let's be honest. I'm not giving out. I'm not.
Which
true,
kind of
also
adds a little bit of authenticity, I suppose.
He was, goddamn, he was creepy looking. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. Now, what's interesting is the leprechaun has a burn mark on it, and that's what instigates the shop owner telling the story and giving the backstory of the leprechaun, as twisted and messed up as it is, but it's entertaining as hell. And it's the first of the three short stories that I suppose that comprise the movie itself, where you have the story of the leprechaun itself, and it's the same doll, and it's in the possession of our. I had names a second ago.
This is the movie with the chick who actually, weirdly enough, seeing as I mentioned VHS, she's in VHS 2, actually, if memory serves me correctly. Yes, she's great.
Piper Collins. She's featured in the first story, which is about a woman, Caitlin, her family who have moved to this house. Well,
they were in Ireland.
Home.
I picked up.
And apparently herself.
Well, the husband definitely is in Ireland
I think briefly,
at the start of it. Yeah, because she's talking to him, and he was like, "Oh, I could. Yeah, I don't know if I want to leave or something like that." Yeah.
Yeah. But the home that they're in now used to belong to her grandmother, and years ago she had an encounter. I think she has an encounter, or maybe she did, maybe she didn't. And her friend, I like the fact that her friend, who is the law, is like
this one.
we.
That plays the mother.
Plays which... All right.
In the story
the
we're
overall
specifically talking about right now. No, it's not.
I thought that was Piper Collins and the character's name.
It's Hannah Fearman, and she plays Jessica.
Oh, okay.
Piper Collins is the lady in
the
middle story, where she dresses like a doll.
Okay. I thought that was Courtney Lakin, because the character's name is Abby.
Well, I'm looking at it right here, and it's definitely Hannah Fearman plays Jessica, which is the mother in the Leprechaun story, which is what we're talking about.
Okay.
Nope.
I thought it was Caitlin in the Leprechaun story. Anyway, so yeah, remembering the story, or what was I saying? Yeah, her friend is like a cop, and weirdly enough, is the one that's kind of trying to remind her of all this mad stuff and that something actually did happen. And her kids are being told all these weird stories about the house.
That it was the cop that was kind of like, "Do you remember the leprechauns?" Because I remember the leprechauns. Opposed to it being like, "Look, I personally think you're gone batshit crazy. Let's just bring you down to the old cuckoo and chill you out for a little bit." It was nice that it was the cop that was the one that's like, "I think you got a leprechaun running around your house."
But yeah, it's like I said, the story centers around the leprechaun doll that seems to be possessed by a leprechaun, or maybe it is a leprechaun. And there's
because there's a moment of cracking, shall we say?
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
you're right. Sorry. Yeah. And there's also like there's supposed to be like a mine underneath the house.
I actually
there's
liked
this cool plate that she discovers in the fireplace.
Jesus Christ, the realism of leprechauns. Sorry. I liked how it wasn't your standard kind of little person style leprechaun. It was proper fairy folk size, and it had fairy-ish qualities to it, which is a lot more in keeping with what they are, opposed to like the leprechaun. The leprechaun.
Yeah, I liked how she tried to kind of once she realizes and kind of comes to terms with it, it's kind of like, you know what, fuck it, let's just
I know how to handle
this way
leprechaun
instead. Fuck
until
you.
the
And
leprechaun starts taking over young Jessica. Where Hannah Fearman puts on a fantastic Irish accent, I have to say, for once in movies. I was like, that actually sounds Irish. You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you?
I do. I thought it was kind of Scottish.
I got. If I was to say anywhere, I would have gone Cork Kerry. One of those two, or a little hybrid of the two.
Yeah, maybe.
It wasn't as diddly idle deed, lidle deed, lidle do as a lot of other ones were. Shall we say? I'm not looking at any particular TV show or a movie in particular. Sons of Anarchy, season 3. Sorry.
Anyway, after the tale of the leprechaun, we get the tale of.
I'm the leprechaun.
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah. Next up, we get the tale of.
No.
It was Abby, but you were saying I had the name wrong. So
I didn't say you had the name wrong. You had the actors wrong.
Okay. I can't because Abby is next to
Courtney. Thank you. She's Abby, which is a real interesting story as well. Yeah.
That's
okay. But
that's what I said.
Sorry, you thought Abby. You thought it was a different actress at the start of this, is what I was saying, because you were talking about Courtney during the Leprechaun story. Yeah.
For the Leprechaun story, because I was trying to figure out who was who and what did what.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah.
We have
Abby
a quick trip back to the toy shop, as you can imagine, where we're introduced to the doll named. Oh Jesus! What's the doll's name?
I don't know. That's why I haven't been talking that much, because I've been trying to figure it out, but I can't because all I have down is voice.
Yeah, the voice of that doll, man, is terrifying.
Yeah, I'd say that's, I had to guess, Yasmin Bakhatri.
Let me. You keep talking there for a second. I'll have a quick. Matt Green.
Yasmin Bakhtari. I can't remember the name of the evil doll's name either. Okay, so basically Abby is obsessed with dolls. Part of the reason for this is that years ago she was scarred in a fire, which left her requiring multiple surgeries and still has her with a scar on her cheek. Because of her obsession with dolls, she ends up finding this one particular doll that speaks to her and comforts her and basically tries to convince her that as long as she is with the doll, everything's going to be fine, everything's going to be safe. Abby is a cosplay girl and likes to go to conventions, brings along the dolls, despite the fact that her aunt thinks it's a waste of time and she'll never meet anyone and all this and all that. Despite the fact that Abby, for some strange and God's unknown reason, seems to think she's unattractive. Good God, she's hot as fuck.
She is. Strange enough, especially when you put the blonde wig and the dolly stuff on her. Really? I thought
that was
the only bit
weird.
that I didn't like was the blonde eyebrows. I thought everything else was like, oh, you look quite good dressed like that. It's kind of a bit Alice in Wonderlandy.
Oh, I'm not saying I didn't like the dress. It was just the blonde.
Yeah, it was the blonde eyebrows.
And yes, I definitely agree with the eyebrows.
A little overkill. Blonde people can have dark eyebrows.
I don't know. She could have dark hair, that dress,
yes,
American
100%.
McGee's Alice, perfect.
100%.
But anyway,
Abby goes to a convention, and Abby runs into her ex-boo.
After getting her brand new Abby doll, basically a likeness of herself, because she envisions this doll as being the beginning of her new life, whereby it's her new ideal, her new beginning, her new start. And she needs to insist that the evil doll doesn't mess it up like it did all the other dolls.
Vindictive little bitch is one way to put it. She has a tendency of, do you know the evil sister that when the new child arrives in the house and it's kind of like, oh, you're so cute and adorable, I'm going to shave your fucking head. Yeah, that's the doll that she has. I gave her a haircut, Mammy. Yeah. Not wrong. Actually, I'm not even selling enough of how much of a cock-juggling thunder cunt this doll is, to be blatantly honest.
However, at the convention, Abby runs into her old friend, and it turns out, who was also looking for her and wasn't able to meet up with her.
I'm sorry I left you where
you're
having your mental episodes of the whole slashing of the face and thing and everything like that. It was a whole lot to take, and I feel like a total fucking asshole. That's what happened to her face, wasn't it?
Slashing of the face, what?
How does fire do a scar like that,
No,
mate?
fire. There was fire. I was not going to get into it.
Okay.
But it is most certainly fire. And the only thing they mentioned is that there was multiple surgeries, so I imagine that's probably the last scar left.
Because it sure looked very long and linear for fire.
So, yeah. That's why I'm saying if it was the last of like
a significant amount of
skin transplant,
skin graft.
There's a proper name for that. Thank you. There we go. Yes, if it was a skin graft or skin graft scar, that would explain it. I guess maybe.
No. Moving along. It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, moving along. Things look like they're on the up and up for Abby, but unfortunately, evil step bitch sister
turns out
doll
her only
thingy is
not just
on the
extra
case.
doll attention that she has an issue with. It's just general attention towards young Abby that isn't hers. She's got a problem with. She also has a major issue with Abby getting any of that D.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she has a couple of other interesting dark secrets that kick this story into another gear. It's like, what the
doll
frack?
is fucking buckets years old anyway, number one. And it looks buckets years old. And without getting any further deeper into the plot, because they're all shorts. The doll, I know we've portrayed that little fucker as a relatively crazy son of a bitch. And I don't think we're actually doing the doll justice as to what a crazy son of a bitch that fucking doll is. Imagine kind of like Magneto meets Professor X meets porcelain doll. Jean Grey. Yeah,
So,
porcelain
onslaught?
The doll exhibits some abilities that are beyond just... I'll put it this way. The doll can do a hell of a lot more than Chucky can do.
I just think that's
True.
down to better education, which wouldn't be
Which is saying
hard.
something, considering he removed his soul from his own dead body, transferred it into an inanimate object, and then was able to transfer his soul. Chucky, I'm talking about now, not the doll.
Yeah, no, I get you, but that's like, congratulations, you can do one trick. Down to education. If he was more educated, maybe he could do more tricks.
One trick sounds very unimpressive until it's like the one trick you can do is turn a baby into a fucking tiger or something. It's kind of like, I got one trick, but that one trick I got is a fucking doozy.
Until you run into someone that can do that one trick and a bunch of other tricks.
Anyway, regardless,
they read more
the doll
books.
is a bitch. The doll is a total bitch. And this is...
Oh, that doll's bitch is great big bitch is big as bitch in the whole world. She's big, that bitch
I have to say
bitch.
Doll sections are all doll sections. The Abbey section would be my favorite of the three segments. It's really good. Well, technically two segments, and then you get a conclusion to the overall story.
Yeah, I realized that after I started talking. I was like, actually, that third bit that you're thinking of is
essentially three stories.
Overall
it's just
thingy,
that the final short, shall we say, isn't a separate short. It's the conclusion to the backbone of the piece. Yeah. So that's a total doozy. Speaking of the backbone of the piece, after that, your man's kind of like, I probably won't sell you that doll, actually, come to think of it, seeing as you're a young child, and refer back to the Irish presenters' descriptions of cock juggling thunder cunt. So, do you know what you need? You got monsters in your bed, a clown. And then the mum's like, clowns creep me right the fuck out. And he's like, did you know clowns are supposed to be the protector of children and protector of happiness and the protector of smiles, and that they will always protect a child from a monster? And I was like, I've never heard that before.
I liked how the mother was like, ever since I saw the film Poltergeist, and automatically your man's like, goddamn film,
it was actually,
ruined clown,
it's funny
clown
because it was
dolls
like,
for everybody.
it was kind of like a little mirror image of, do you remember when It came out initially and there was actual clowns protesting going, you are literally losing me work. Yeah, it was kind of like, God damn it, the entire clown doll industry went down the toilet after Poltergeist. One clown doll chokes the ever-loving shite out of one child and then actually in real life accidentally nearly murders him as well. And it's all like, because you remember in the actual original Poltergeist, the pneumatic arms of the doll proper got stuck around the kid's neck, and Steven Spielberg wasn't aware until they saw the kid's face starting to go blue. They thought the kid was just really acting it up. And they were like, oh fuck, that kid's choking.
That's what happens when you use actual bones and do the entire film on an actual Indian burial.
That's the best way to go, 100%. Do you know? Do you know why they had real bones?
No, bad juju.
It's actually cheaper to buy and get real dead people than to get plastic dead people. Or porcelain or clay or whatever.
Makes a scary kind of sense.
Because a plastic would look fake as shit. Yeah, probably.
Like I said, that makes a
says
terrifying
a lot about
kind
us
of
as a
sense.
human species, doesn't it?
Fucking virus.
Anyway, the young child brings said clown home, and Giggles is what he's named him, which is a great name for a clown, as he's told by the guy in the shop, and he gives him a discount, like a safety bonus discount. They normally sell for 30. You can have it for 20, because I like you. So he goes home. Zach Galligan's there. If you don't know who Zach Galligan is, he's that's not him. That's Gizmo. But he's the minder of Gizmo from all of the Gremlins movies. And that loving dear, all two of them. And that loving man, that guy who everyone knows is the adorable dude that minds the little furry animals and tries to stop the larger, scalier versions of the animals doing things, is a asshole in this movie. He's a total dick. He's like the stepdad of the child. I think the mum and him are recently married or they're dating or something. The child literally screams because he thinks there's a monster under his bed because Giggles has given him a heads up. And Zach Galligan's first reaction is, well, you bought him the doll to shut him the fuck up so we could have a night in, and he's not shutting the fuck up, so I'm going to go whip his ass with a belt. Perfect logic. Terrible idea. Refer back to clowns as the protectors of children, and we'll leave it at that. All in all, I'd have to say out of the three, this would probably be my favorite out of the three movies tonight, as much as I really did like Cry for the Bad Man as well, because it was just gory, fucking shotgun toting awesomeness.
Yeah, no, I like the way the stories went in these. The fact that there was decent story pacing, there was decent character development, and even in they were pretty much like 20-25 minutes each, maybe a half an hour each, more or less. And yeah, you got decent stories in them with decent enough effects.
I feel we need to go through the chat here. They were fun. Mad shit going on. Okay. You're. No.
Is there a handy loose again?
Knows we moved over to YouTube. He's like. Anyway, where the fuck was I? Okay. What the fuck? Facebook. There we go. Okay. Pam said your ending actually would have been much better than the other ending. It wasn't great. Katie said, it's mad. Facebook can't handle the stream, but YouTube can't handle the audience. You know what, Pam? I will felt a cornetto. I feel there's another underlying conversation that might have been above that I'm unaware of. Lovely stuff. You'll be felting loads of random things. Oh, no, we don't need to read all of those ones out. That's just a conversation. The Tale with the Dolls. Jesus, I can't remember the doll's name either, only because you asked the question. It was good, though. I thought the scar was another reason. McGee's Alice banged as a game. Banged? She said.
Was that banged?
Abby's jealous she's not getting the D. Abby was getting the D. It was the doll that wasn't getting any D, unfortunately. And remember when the doll Skyped the boyfriend from the hotel room? I do. Little wanker. Yeah. So, that's the three movies covered up for tonight. Let me just double check. Do you happen to have a date of release for Evil Little Things? It's out. Oh, it's
7th February 2019.
I don't think that's right.
Hang on, that can't be right.
You keep.
No, can't be. Sorry, you know the way sometimes films they have a release date, but they, for whatever reason, get put back. Date.
Got it. I think, yeah.
Okay.
May 12th as well. So same as A Nun's Curse. So there's 3 solid movies out in the next week and a half that if you're bored, definitely go see them. As I said, as much as I rag on the end of A Nun's Curse, it's 95% enjoyable with 5% of not impressiveness at the end.
That you wish could be a dream.
No, I don't. Like, I think did I not establish this in the earlier section? The dream sequence is where I had a fucking problem. Oh yeah,
I'm saying
I know
that you wish that that.
I'm joshing you. I'm joshing.
Never mind.
Anyway, so that's it from tonight's show. So thanks to everybody for joining in. As is customary on a Sunday night, myself and the Giz are over on American Horrors, 8:30 p.m. CST, and whatever that equates to is GMTs, which works out as 2:30 a.m., give or take, depending on what movie's playing before us. Where tonight we're going to be covering the new animated movie Scorpion's Revenge, which is all tied in with the new live-action movie that's going to be coming out, but not tied in because it seems like a standalone. I think the tie-in is we're making movies about Mortal Kombat again.
At first, when it was announced, people thought it was going to be a tie-in, and then afterwards it was like, no, we're just going to do our own thing and get everyone hyped up.
Which is great. It follows the story of Hanzo Asashi, better known as Scorpion, and all of the crazy shit that goes on in that guy's life. Because talk about crazy shit that goes on in people's lives. He's got a crazy backstory. Got the crazy backstory, does the Scorpion. So, as I said, we're going to be over on American Horrors, 8:30 p.m. CST, whatever that equates to is GMTs, but that's what you said. It's 2:30 p.m. If you happen to be one of our American viewers and you have Roku, you can use channel code AMHOR to add American Horrors to your Roku listings, or alternatively, you can watch on www.americanhorrors.com or strictlystreaming.com. And if you happen to be watching on one of those websites and you happen to be one of those lucky fuckers who have a modern gen console, turn on that web browser, type it in there, sit down in your gaming chair in luxurious comfort and watch myself and Giz's gorgeous fucking faces talk about video game movie based madness. Ooh, that was a pretty good outro. Anyway, other than that, we got a trailer for you, which you all know. And other than that, from myself and the Giz, we're going to say good night, and we'll catch you all Tuesday. Well, we won't catch you all. Buzz and Carter will be back Tuesday, where they're going to be doing a original versus remake, Hills Have Eyes, which should be an interesting one. I think that's for anyone watching still. I think that's what Tuesdays are from now on for the near future. Not Hills Have Eyes, obviously, but I think that's going to be the series on Tuesdays is original versus remake, which should be fun. Which I know it's Buzz and Carter's Tuesday show, but depending on what movies they have on, I might hop in for the odd one, depending on what movies they have on. Like for instance, if they want to cover Rob Zombie again, because I've got words. There was talks about him maybe doing a Friday the 13th reboot. And the amount of all the zombie haters were like, oh no, Halloween. And I'm like, hey, let's think about something, right? All of your issues about he went inside the head of the serial killer and it ruined all the mysteriousness of him. You can't have that issue with fucking Jason. It might be actually interesting to see what the fuck's going on there. Do you mean you fucking apes? Jesus Christ. So I just don't get the hate. John Carpenter didn't like it. Oh, what? Okay. Actually, do you know what? It's probably better off if they don't do that one. Or it'll be me just sitting in on the show going, you lads just fucking sit back there for a minute. I got some words to say. Let's fucking do this. Anyway, 1 hour later. And one more thing.
Later.
Anyway, for the third time, from myself and the Giz, we got a trailer here for you. Go check us out, American Horrors, in about 2 hours. And other than that, I hope you all have a very good week. And Buzz and Carter will see you Tuesday for original versus remake. Bye. You got a goodbye to say, Gizzles?
See y'all next week. Bye.
Ah! What the fuck are you doing here?
Game Mortal Kombat, no?
No!
Oh, fuck that! How about a game now?
No!
Can we play a game?
No!
Oh.
Ah!
Do you want a game?
Why do you keep accosting me for games of Mortal Kombat?
Because I just watched Mortal Kombat Legends Scorpion's Revenge. It's really, really fun. I want to fight. I want to fight.
That's not a bad idea, actually. Join myself at the Giz this Sunday, 8:30 p.m. CST, whatever that equates to GMTs, only on American Horrors. We're going to be reviewing the new movie from Mortal Kombat, Scorpion's Revenge, in a brand new episode.